Oh yeah. It's the Morgan Maurice collection. And dig this, man. The Morgan Maurice collection is more than a brand. It is more than a shoe. It is more than a name. It is a family affair, man. You feel me? Named after my two youngest seeds, and that would be Morgan and Maurice. So I'm screaming Morgan Maurice until it's everyday news. To every hater that hate you, just give them the blues. I said it before, man. But you can get your shoes. The black and red, the crocodile joints, or this September get them D-boy ones, the white on white crocodiles. Get with us or get left behind.
Uh, yeah. Before I lay down with this heat, I pray to God He let me sleep. Yeah. And if I die today, one of these rappers, they gonna meet their maker on game. Interviewers be asking me like, what's up with you and these niggas in the city? I don't fuck with none of these bitch ass bloggers, nigga. They scared of me. That's on game, nigga. Tell them I'm ready. I'm stop hiding out. You feel me? What up, though? Miss McBride already in here. The first one always. You already know she's first through the door. You know what I'm talking about? She said, what it do, King O in chat? Welcome to Detroit, my baby. And you know, when she said it like that, it drive me crazy. Here we go.
Tell you I ain't never been a bitch, nigga. I'm pop niggas, bitch, I'm really with the shits, nigga. I hit niggas double barrel to his abs when that Mossberg hit him. Watch a nigga do a dab. These pussy niggas wanna see me dead. Since bottle 09, I done had a ticket on my head. I kill shooters till that nigga get his bread back. AT in the game, now I send that nigga head back. Whoever said that love begets love was wrong. I'm from a city where blood begets blood. And slugs hit niggas mug. That ain't bugs and cups. That's choppers for that loose talk. I'm coming plug you up. Pussy, push me, I bet he never see another day. Top at your face, bet you never see another day. When I get to shooting, this motherfucker get out the way. 0 to 100, my baby, it ain't got no delay. Real.
Yeah, I'm here. What up, dog? What up, dog, nigga? You know who you see when you seeing who you being. You know what I'm talking about? We here, man. Shout out to the Squid Eye, man. Purple Heart gang in this thing. Shout out to the debate team, Team Poe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Cash App gang. Shout out to the Purple. Shout out to the Umbrella. You feel me? Umbrella gang in this thing, man. It's extended. This is a community over here, man. Shout out to Wakanda, man. All my moderators in here. Shout out to my motherfucking community, man. Every day, dog. Let's get it popping early, man. What's good with y'all, man? I got a special guest supposed to be coming through tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he'll be here in a minute. You know what I mean? $1 Million Snow. Mr. $1 Million Snow himself, man. You know, after the show I did yesterday, we had a conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to pick that man's brain a little bit. And he agreed to be here. You feel me? So he'll be here shortly, man. But until he get here, what's up with y'all, man? You feel me? Bear season in the building. Bear season is in the building. TT, what up, dog? Purple Heart gang in this thing. You already know how we rock. Purple Heart gang in this thing. TT got her motherfucking shoes, man. You supposed to open them online with me, TT. But it's good. As long as they made it to you, all is well. You feel me? Long as they got to you, all is well, man. God damn, I'm handsome, man. Ooh, shit. I'm handsome, man. It's a little hot down here, man. I'm sorry, I get a little conceited sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I be in the trenches, man. The trenches ain't pretty. The trenches ain't pretty, man. You feel me? There go my guy, man, Mr. Gibbs. Is that my guy? Dr. O, peace, love, and prosperity. Morgan and Maurice. Shout out to my kid's godfather. That's right, you heard me right. Glaze took on godfather responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know a bunch of you fuck niggas about to say some dumb shit about that. You know what I'm saying? But go right ahead, fuck niggas, say the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Gibbs for coming through, though. Keep asking questions. Oh, without question, man. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do what I do, bro. You feel me? Shout out to the Black Lotus Agency, man. Shout out to the Black Lotus Agency. You feel me? How y'all feel about Mr. Snow Billy? I know we had this conversation before. I told you I like that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? The Frank station is open, man. It's a bunch of Frank heads out here, man. It's a bunch of Frank heads out here. Let me get down to the bottom of this. Tory Child says, definitely ain't fun laying under a house for 10 years, for 10 hours, creep style. Man, you already own it. What we own already, Mr. Child? What we own already, Mr. Child? Miss Steph, what up, though? Shout out to all the women in the house, man. All the women in my chat. I told y'all I'm T'Challa, man. This is T'Challa. This is Wakanda. This is T'Challa. You dig what I'm talking about? Black Panther in this motherfucker. You talking about the trenches? Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Sonny Blanco, what up, though? Mr. Wilson, Purple Heart Gang in this thing. Mark Miller, what up, though? Sean Sims say, salute, oh, keep grinding and doing your thing. I appreciate it, homeboy, and I appreciate you for coming out and rocking with me, man, and saying what you said right there. That's real nigga shit, you know? Lamar Green say, Sonny Blanco, you know Snow, a whole clown and a liar. Hey, cut it out, man. Don't disrespect my guest, guy. Nah, I mean, we come here to debate. It is what it is. You a regular homie, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask you to hold those type of comments, you know what I'm saying, until my guest leaves at least, or to even try to make a question out of it. I mean, could you at least ask him if he's a clown and a liar? Or are you just gonna call him one? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mr. Billy, are you a clown and a liar? That sounds a little bit better than saying, you know, you're a clown and a liar. A nigga might punch you for something like that in public. I'm just saying, Mr. Green. Motherfucker call me a clown and a liar in public in front of my wife, man, and I'm gonna slap the shit out that nigga. I'm gonna slap him on purpose too, just to make him feel like a bitch. Like, nigga, you trying to embarrass me in front of my motherfucking family, nigga? You feel me? I'm just saying, doggy. Sonny Blanco, 21 gun salute. Peace to you, God. How you be? Juanito, what up, though? Studio next week, Juan. Studio next week, Juan. I'm hoping my little brother feeling better, man. The retro feeling better, man. It might be sooner than that, but I'm gonna let you know, man. I'm gonna let you know, man. All boss. It ain't no hoe, it ain't no bitch in my blood. It's all boss, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look out for that all boss. That's that Ozone over that Juanito Genovese beat. What's good, my man? Nice haircut player. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? See, man to man, we can do that. We ain't got to be metrosexuals or nothing like that to tell a nigga he got a nice shave or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I salute your energy, dog. I salute your energy, dog. For real, for real. You know what I mean? There's too many niggas that got too much testosterone out here. They over-thugged out because they overcompensated for something fucking else. You dig? That's the way I look at some of these niggas, you know? Tapping in, peace. Fashion villains, what up, though, man? Mr. T, what up, though? I'm trying to get to all my people, man. Get them acknowledged before Mr. Billy hits the screen. Murder, mitten, simple and plain. The town of pistols and cane. Every day another nigga gets slain. From the murder, mitten, simple and plain. The town of pistols and cane. Every day another nigga gets slain. Hell yeah, nigga, this Detroit. This Detroit, man. Snow Billy say he be fucking around down here, man. I'm gonna have to catch up to him when he come down here, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't fuck with Detroit like that. Niggas talk that shit like they come down here and they rocking and shit, but niggas don't fuck with Detroit like that. Okay, that was Snow Billy. He just hit me. He said he on his way. Give him a minute. You feel me? That's what's up. That's what's up. Bet it up. He going to the Frank station. Say he on his way to the Frank station right now. He on his way to the Frank station. Give him a minute and he'll be with us. I can respect that. I can respect that. So let's take a look at some of these old clips as I still think I got them booted up. Let's get it. Zone 8, streets one of a kind. I had some niggas in the zone, dog. I wasn't always cool with the zone. I ain't even gonna front, huh? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always cool with the zone. But it's some cool niggas over there, dog. You feel me? Real 100 shit, man. This is a nigga named Casper from Zone 8. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We was in the pen together the whole nine and shit. You feel me? That's my guy. When you talking about a chemist, nigga, what a chemist, nigga. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Shout out to my guy from Zone 8, Casper. Ghost, what it do, oh? What up, though, Ghost? How you be? That's Ghost Jackson? Is that Ghost Jackson? Did you take the Jackson off your shit? Miss G, what up, though? I finally got to you. She say, please hit that like button, share this live, subscribe to Up for Debate TV. Make sure you set the bell to all, get notifications. Thank you, Purple Heart Gang, in this thing, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate my folk, Birmingham, Alabama, checking in. Shout out to all my folk in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the 5% nation of guys and earths. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the 5% nation, guys and earths. Peace, O, from the Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and peace to all the guys and earths. Man, I must have read your mind, you read mine. Peace, homie. I appreciate you. How you be? All right, I think I just about went up far enough. Umbrella gang in this thing. You ain't under this bitch, you getting wet. So let's talk about something before while Snow Billy on his way to the Frank station. Let's talk about something real quick. I got a fucking problem, okay? Okay? I got a problem and I don't know how to handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say this. Hypothetically speaking, someone you fuck with, you know what I'm saying, on the level of friendship, jumps out of character. Let's say that. Let's just say that. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say you start to see someone that you fuck with character change. So you lean back and you just begin to watch shit. You know what I'm saying? You play the background instead of playing it close the way you usually would. You know what I'm saying? And in playing the background, you start to seeing different things and you like, wow. And along with what you see, you begin to hear different things and you really like, wow. But you got respect for the other party you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, hypothetically speaking, this your people. This your mans or whatnot. You got respect for him or what it, and it's not nothing that's unforgivable between two men, that is. You know what I'm saying? On that level. But I feel like the expression, I don't know if I'm ready to express correctly, let's say, my issue Let's say that. I don't know if I'm yet ready to express correctly my issue. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do then? Do you let the shit continue and stay out the way? You know what I'm saying? Do you let the fuckery continue that you see in your eyes, or do you let the distance continue and just do you? Or do you say, fuck it, if he gonna take it how he gonna take it, I'm gonna say this shit. You feel me? Because if a nigga don't say shit, then he compliant. He complicit, excuse me. If I don't say shit, then I'm complicit in said acts or whatnot, right? At least that's the way it could be viewed. Benji Button say no, say something now. No, say something now. Okay. You say facts. You saying facts about complicit, right? If I don't say shit, then it could be viewed as I'm complicit in the act. That's why you saying facts, homie. If that's my people, I'ma speak on it respectfully. But see, this the thing though, Miss Step. It's actually really no respectful way to do this. That's the thing. What about that? When it's really not no respectful way to do this. Like, you know, this just gonna be one of them, this is what it is type situation. You feel me? No sugar. Ain't gonna be no sugar coating. Ain't gonna be no, you know, ain't no sugar coating. Like I say, fuck the iced tea. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. In that, it could become a knockdown, drag out situation because you're dealing with two men, you're dealing with egos and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel you on that tip though. Acknowledge the change and adjust your movement. I did that. Homie, see, that's how like-minded individuals think the same. I did exactly that. You did. Acknowledge the change and adjust your movement. I acknowledge the change to that nigga. You feel me? Like, nigga, you on bullshit. And I ain't gonna let it rub off on me. It can't rub off on me. You feel me? Because I don't fuck around like that. You know what I'm saying? So I adjusted my movement, just like you said, acknowledge the change. I did that, then I adjusted my movement. I laid back. So I did just that, Mr. Childs. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what came under that. What came under that, Mr. Star say, you know how I feel, speak your mind. No, this ain't the right place and time for that, Star. And shout out to you, sis. Shout out to my sisters, man. Straight up, man. We got some strong black women in attendance, man. They in attendance every day, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them. I appreciate their energy. And you niggas too, you feel me? But I just don't salute niggas like that. Women and kids, man. I love them women and kids. You niggas can take care of yourself, man. I train my little niggas, man. And sometimes you gotta teach the grown niggas right from wrong too. But, you know, it's all about what you're building and what you're destroying, man. It's another Anejo night. It's another Anejo night. He on his way to the Frank station and we kicking it. Let's see what y'all got to say down here, man. So what do I do about this situation, fellas, ladies, fellas? No fallout, just step back. Miss Step say no fallout, just step back. Okay, now what about this, Miss Step? What about if there's other people in this situation, surrounding this situation that could get hurt? You know what I'm saying? And we just talking hypothetically right now. So however they could get hurt, whatever you can think of, whatever way they could get hurt. What if there's other people involved surrounding this situation that could get hurt? The longer and longer I let this shit play out. the longer and longer I hold my tongue, you know what I'm saying, and just expect for a man to be a man and real to be real and everything else to be everything else. You know what I'm saying? People getting hurt in that process in that time. She said, I'm trying to understand you. You just said it, mister. You just said it. I'm gonna make it plain for you. You said no fallout, just step back. I stepped back. I acknowledged the change, like Mr. Child said, and then I stepped back from the situation. But in me doing that and me stepping back from the situation, there was other people that were involved that could get hurt or may have been hurt. You know what I'm saying? While I was playing the background, instead of checking the nigga outright up front or checking the situation at least. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And not to say check like check, but you know, at least putting pressure on the situation. Like Blanco, I just read pressure. Putting pressure on the situation, at least. Like what's good? What's really good? You know what I'm saying? Miss Brown and this thing, Purple Heart Gang, I appreciate the ladies coming through. Sonny Blanco say, Big O pressure burst pipes, Lord, in more ways than one. Speak your mind and take it from there. It's love, it will be felt. If it's love, it will be felt. Okay. 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 Now while we waiting on the Frank stand, let's take it a step further. What if I feel some type of way though? You feel me? Like I say, you know, it's taken me so long to have this conversation because not because I was scared, not because I didn't want to, more so because I wanted to address it the right way, as not to try to be combative or bullyish or even tell a nigga what to do. You can't tell a man how to be a man. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you can hold them accountable for his actions. You feel me? Real 100 shit. I can't tell you what to do or how to do it, but I can hold you accountable for the shit you doing. And if I don't like the shit you doing, I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna let you know I don't like it, and I'm gonna fall back. Cause I don't want that stink on me. When shit get funky, I don't want that funk on me. You feel me? Pepe Le Pew shit. I don't want that Pepe Le Pew shit on me. You feel me? Let's see what they saying. This has been my life story for the past 3 years and counting. Real shit. I feel you, homie. I feel you, homie. Peace, God. Peace and love, Sonny. I can't read that. Don't put that K after that B, girl. Bad move. You know what I'm saying? Spell Brooklyn, please, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have said that like that to a nigga. I'd have told that nigga, don't put that K after that B, boy. Bad move. But, you know, young lady, please, don't put that K after that B. This Hollywood from Glenwood, ATL. Shout out to the ATL. Shout out to my guy Hollywood from Glenwood. I appreciate you rocking. Let me see what you say. Well, I can't pin your comment, mister. There we go. And it pinned when I wasn't even trying to pin it. Weird shit. Did they see the sucky shit? If they condone suck shit, then you a sucks too. I don't see you being a sucker. Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't condone something, I'm the first one to speak up on it. But see, you see, like I said, it's hard. I have to talk to you behind the scenes. I can't take you all the way into it like that. But I appreciate the information, not even information, you know, the ideas, the theories y'all did come with to help me equate this situation. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones is 6'9", helped take down the fake bloods in NYC. Why you say that? 6ix9ine definitely did. Definitely. But I'm not sure all them niggas was fake bloods. I'm not sure all them niggas was fake bloods. Some of them niggas real right from what I understand. You know what I mean? So Jim Jones about to get indicted? Van Sidern to the Pink House, Big O, Peace, ENY, from Van Sidern to the Pink House. What up, though, Chase? I appreciate that energy, man. You already know about the supporters and subscribers, man. You support me every time, man. I appreciate you, homeboy. I ain't even gonna go through the whole saying, nigga, but one supporter with 1,000 subscribers, man. How I'm not gonna go through the whole saying when you did that? And you, sir, are worth 1,000 subs, man. Every day, dog. Come on, Snow Billy. That's my guy, man. That guy had me cracking up, man. That guy had me cracking up, dog. It's that God energy, you feel me? I didn't have that man's number before last night, before I made that motherfucking video about Jim Jones and motherfucking the whole ass nigga male matrix or whatnot. That's possibly a pedo of the worst kind. And if it's a worst kind of pedo, if ever there was a worst kind of fucking pedo, it's the kind that fuck with their own children, man. Straight up and down, man. Straight up and down. I'm not saying here there's a place and time for everything. I feel you, Star. I feel you. I couldn't get it done today. I had too much on my plate. I was ripping and running and doing a whole lot. So I couldn't get it done today, but I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of it. Shout out to Sis. We talk behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Give a nigga a little bit of insight from a woman's point of view. You know what I'm saying? That's how I stack the deck. You feel me? That's how I stack the deck. Cash App gang in this thing. Shout out to Star again, man. Straight up. One supporter worth 1,000 subscribers. And you, Star, are worth 1,000 of them. I really appreciate that love, man. Cash App gang, we in this thing, man. On the B, he be snapping Detroit legends. Word up. You say on the B, he be snapping Detroit legends, nigga. Who we talking about, my baby? Who we talking about? Who? What you putting on that B, boy? You know what I'm saying? I don't just want to agree. You feel me? If it's not a respectful way, I'm still gonna address it and fall back if necessary. Word. That's where I'm at with it now, Juanito. That is exactly where I'm at with it right now, doggy. I'm on some fucking shit. You feel me? Like, nigga. Anybody that know me, even if they know me through these YouTube streets, gonna tell you I'm that same nigga. If I say something, I mean it. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I am the man that I say I am. The man that I present myself as. It's not an act. It's not a game. I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, when you start to see flaws and shit like that, and individuals who you fuck with on a regular basis and shit, you got no choice but to fall back, because these flaws, some of that shit rubs off. And not necessarily, you know, in the form of a nigga acting like a nigga or a nigga taking on those flaws himself, but in the form of other motherfuckers seeing them flaws. And we all know that saying, birds of a feather and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I tell you for sure, I always cover my track, my end, my trail. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Baldy James from Detroit. Yeah, that guy snapped. That guy snapped. I think Nas signed him at first. Nas signed Baldy James. That lets you know he snapped. That should let you know he snapped. If Nas signed him. Yeah, he's still alive, and I seen him the other day. Yes, he's still alive. I seen him the other day, homie. Now let me ask you a question. If you saw Boom in the liquor store, would you walk up to him and ask him a question? Would you walk up to him and say, I saw you on whatever channel you saw him on? And I'm not trying to be funny. I just want to know, because motherfuckers got a lot of reactions about killers, rats, whatever the fuck ever, whatever. We are Boom told. But Boom is the best hitman in American history, dog. As far as I'm concerned, it's not none that do it better or done it better. Overseas, in the United States, cartel, Boom did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, I don't fuck what niggas is talking about. Is you gonna walk up to that man and say hi? Even. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas wouldn't. And I ain't, like I said, I'm not trying to put you in a position to make you feel like you less of a man or no shit like that. Because shit, a lot of motherfuckers will just stop and stare and wonder. Or know even, like, man, that ain't him. That ain't him. Just because they don't want to approach him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because Boom, man, shit, nigga, Boom be on 10. And not on 10 like he'll fuck you up, but on 10 like he'll fuck you up. That's the calmest individual on earth. But that's what's scary about men like that. That fucking calm. You want a nigga, when a nigga's angry about to do something, you at least want an indication. You don't get that. You're not gonna get that shit from certain men, and Boom, one of them, man. That's what's scary, dog. Like they say, nigga, you realize you're not a killer once you get in a room full of them. When you're in a room with one or two of them, and nigga, you don't know how to act. You don't know what to say because you don't know what the fuck would offend the real killers. You've been the real killer in your mind and in your hood this whole time, nigga, but then you get around the real murderers. And nigga, you got to be silent. You got the right to remain silent because anything you say can and will get you killed. Fuck used against you in a court of law. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, that shit go back to that Goodfellas. When that motherfucker was fucking with him in the bar, he was laughing at him. He was like, man, why the fuck you keep laughing at me, man? Are you laughing with me or are you laughing at me? What you trying to say? I'm a clown? That I'm here to entertain you or something? Or what the fuck? You know, and you don't know what, he didn't know what the fuck to say. Because that's the murderer across from him. Did I just disrespect a murderer? You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. It's a difference, man. Like, shout out to E-Dub, Detroit song E-Dub, man. E-Dub said some shit on the phone. We was kicking it. He said, man, it's a difference between a killer and a murderer, man. He said a killer kills shit. They gonna shoot shit up. But he said a murderer can murder and go eat lunch, nigga. Like, it's regular, nigga. Go lay down a whole house, nigga, and walk in Coney Island and get a 12-piece wing thing and some chili cheese fries and sit down like you ain't just did shit. That's the difference, nigga. He ain't worried. His blood ain't pumping. His adrenaline ain't rushing. The deed is done. You feel me? I'm on to the next shit. That's the difference, man. What up, Old Brick City in the building? What up, though, Mr. Swan? I appreciate you coming out, man. I got Snow Billy on the way to the Frank station, man. We waiting on him to pop out. You feel me? We waiting on him to pop out, man. Volume 2, man. He had some things to say, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Frank heads out here, man. My partner, Frank head, man. That nigga out here acting like a Frank head. You feel me? Hypothetically speaking. You know? My nigga Mo 3 say, my partner don't take care of his kids. I say, you got a man up that made him mad, but I'd be wrong if I never said nothing. You feel me? Now, I ain't saying my partner don't take care of his kids. You feel me? But I train my little niggas, man. And sometimes you gotta teach the grown niggas right from wrong. You feel me? So on that note, If he fucking up, I gotta let him know he fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Grown man shit, hey, that ain't the way shit. Man, we don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fresh eyes on the situation sometimes make a nigga see things clear. You dig? My phone is buffering. Anybody else? Skrilla first. They thought he was locked up. He fooled everybody. Hell yeah, you talking about in the documentary and shit when he jumped up and walked away? They thought he was in jail and shit. Yeah, they shot that whale, man. They shot that whale, dog. What y'all think about White Boy Rick, man? White Boy Rick was just on the news about fucking 2 weeks ago. He's suing the fucking feds and everybody. He's suing everybody that had anything to do with his case. He's like, fuck him. Give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Sonny, don't forget the El Camino and Chinor. Alpo is a funny guy. It's when he stopped telling jokes. Absolutely, man. Like I say, man, I had a slight situation where Poe was slightly upset with me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm a man, so don't shit scare me. I ain't scared of the shit, but shit will make you think. I ain't gonna front. Like I say, you know, shit like the first, for instance, when I broke that motherfucking Troy Reed joint a year or so ago, when I broke that motherfucker, that's my first contact with Pope. He got in contact with me off that. You feel me? Because there was a breach in communication between him and Troy Reed at that point. And he couldn't get in touch with him. And all he knew was I had his motherfucking documentary. Like, nigga, how the fuck you get my documentary? You know what I'm saying? I can't even get in touch with this nigga. And as far as I know, he was the only one that had a copy of it. How the fuck you get it? And where's Troy Reed? That type of shit. Now that shit make you think. That's when you gotta cross your I's and dot your T's. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm proper. I keep my receipts. You know what I'm saying? I'm smooth like that. I open the door, that opened the door to the relationship. You feel me? But in them instances, like when everybody felt like me and Glaze was going at it, they like, boy, be careful, that's still Glaze. Boy, be careful, that's still Glaze, and this and that and the other. And I know that shit, and we wasn't even going at it. But that just goes to show about anyone. A reputation is just that, a reputation, man. You see who popped Omar head off in The Wire? A little bitty boy whose brain was too small at the time to grasp the concept of reputation. Every time he saw Omar, he used to get pissed. Like, man, why the fuck y'all running from him? Why are we giving him the shit? Until at the end, and we never thought all the way along. I watched that little kid get mad at Omar about 3 or 4 times and shit. And then we never thought that in the end of it, he'd be the one to kill him. But yeah, his brain couldn't grasp the concept of reputation. Now, I said that to say this, man. If you sit these men, put these men across the world, like this, the one nigga keep coming in my thing, talking about he coming to Detroit to see me and this and that and the other. He may be somebody where he is, but he ain't nobody here. He may have a reputation where he's at for being whatever type of nigga he says he is, but he ain't got that here. You feel me? So a nigga ain't gonna treat him like that here. He gonna have to show it. He gonna have to show and prove. It's gonna be some demonstrations that's gonna have to be made, maybe more than one, because you ain't from here. And niggas don't take that shit lightly, you know, but I'm just saying, you know. Shout out to everybody that came through. Real nigga chat right now. We waiting on the Frank station, man. Let me text this guy back and see what's going on with him, man. How long ago was that? That was 28 minutes ago. 28 minutes ago. Let's give him 2 more minutes. Give him 30 minutes and then I'm gonna hit him up. Like, what's up, man? Been 30 minutes. My audience is waiting. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, Star. Get him, sis. What up, Miss Payton? How you be? Home field advantage like a motherfucker though. Watch your mouth when dissing me, nigga. You don't. Hey, the worst thing you want to do is be on my turf asking questions about me, nigga. And I tell you where I'm from. I'm from the east side, motherfucker. Now run around that bitch asking questions about me, nigga, and hope you run into my ops, nigga. You feel me? That's the only way you gonna win, and even then you ain't gonna win, because they gonna tell you, oh, he a hoe ass nigga. But they ain't gonna tell you I'm a hoe ass nigga. It's different. You feel me? They ain't gonna tell you I'm a hoe. They say he a hoe ass nigga, fuck him. But he ain't no hoe. Straight up and down, nigga. Straight up and down, nigga. I done stood in the middle of a basketball court and shook hands with the ops, nigga, and heard it out their mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't no hoe, nigga, on these streets for real, nigga. It was a da-da-da-da-da. It was a challenge, nigga. You feel me? Hell yeah, it's gonna be a challenge with my life on the line, nigga. You feel me? You feel me? Shout out to them 2-on-1 niggas, because we squashed that. You feel me? Gang shit. Shout out to them 2-on-1s, man. We squashed that. We stood in the middle of a basketball court and squashed the beef that could have ended 2 young niggas' life, man, before they hit 20. Real nigga shit. I've been a real nigga all my life, huh? I don't know what the fuck wrong with some of you niggas. It ain't always gotta cost a nigga their life. And I'm talking about niggas that put me, these niggas knocked me unconscious. Nigga, these niggas jumped me. Now I fucked the boy up, Q&D. I put him in the hospital. He put me in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? They running the nigga hood, we running they hood. You feel me? We done that shit back and forth for so long until we met up somewhere and said, fuck that. Let me holler at you, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? What's really good, nigga? You know, on that tip. And then, right after that, we ran the motherfucking basketball court because we both hooped. You feel me? That was our relationship anyway. We knew each other from hoop. And we fucking got into it over whatever we got into it over. You dig? That shit went on for a year, the better part of a year or so, until we squashed it. And like I say, that same night, we ran the basketball court, we ran the gym, and I was still skeptical about this nigga, you know? But it is what it is. I think the Frank station has arrived.
Okay.
$1 Million Snow.
What's happening, bro? How you feeling, man?
I can't complain, man. You're a little bit dark. You're a little bit in the dark, but you know, that might be how you want it.
Yeah, right. I mean, for you know, the circumstances right now. What's going on, man?
I can't complain, man. I was just telling my audience, man, how we connected on a level yesterday, how you had me cracking up, man, and I was picking your brain for a bit last night, and you decided to come on, man, and I really appreciated that, homie.
No, anything to, you know, assist someone that's trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the issue in our community, that we don't cover. Some people get like they get up with the loose and door, and we don't never assist each other as African Americans. In African American situation, it's always somebody of another culture that come in and help us up or help us out. It'll never be one of us that help each other. Never. There's always another intensity, or if they do, it's someone over the borders and assist. As in a culture of one of us assisting each other, fair. And I always use the Eminem and 50 Cent situation as an example. 50 Cent was going through crazy stuff, and a lot of these moguls stepped back and watched him. The only person that came and got him was Eminem, Dr. Dre. But M is the one who said, "Joe, I'm going to get him." And look what M said out. You know, so I always use that as an example. Like, we never assist each other. So when I see someone I can assist and they upcoming, I reach out. Doing it on a professional level, as you know, dictating have rated on everything. I'm this you know what I'm saying, whatever you're trying to get across or what you're trying to, you know, understand.
Yes, sir. Respect to you for that too, man. talk to me about this, man. Let's start here. Let's start here. Before we get into the background, $1 million Snow, you know what I'm saying? Because my mouth dropped, by the way, when I got the message, like, damn, is that really him? I had to check and see if it was some type of ghost account, because that type of shit been happening. I'm like, wow, that's really the God right there and shit. But before we get into that, you know, let's get into this real quick, man. Check this out and tell me something about this, because I still got this shit. Do I still got it lit up? Yeah. Tell me about this.
All right, what up,
real quick.
So check it out, man. Earlier today, this was posted on $1 Million Snow's Instagram. It reads, you want to know who Melly really is? A child molester, not just any kind of child molester, but one who molested his own daughter, Nana, who been going out with my little cousin since they been teenagers. Nana confided in my aunt and said my father, who is Jamel Melly Matrix Jones, been molesting me since I was little. I have no idea why Nana would say that. I guess you have to ask her or Melly.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Basically, as for Melly Matrix, he have a daughter, right? And daughter been cousin for some years, and I guess he wasn't comfortable with that. But he know that's my cousin, so it was like it wasn't too much he could do. But that's his daughter, so I guess I got involved in everything. It seemed with the whole bigger about the situation. You know, his daughter dating my little cousin. My peoples told me, like, came to confine. My peoples like, yo, you know, my father touched me when I was a little girl. So I don't understand that kind of behavior, to be honest with you. So it sound March noon to me. Even now, it still sound March. But when it's coming from someone's daughter, you got to ask yourself, why is she saying this? You know what I'm saying? You saying it out of I have no idea, because I kind of be like, I don't understand a 40-year-old man touching a 14-year-old girl. I don't know how to read. You heard what I said?
Now you starting to get a little bit choppy on me for a minute, man.
I said, you know how some people don't know how to read?
Yeah.
I don't understand that behavior when somebody say, yo, this guy's 6 years old and he raped an 8-year-old. I can't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy. So, you know, he expressed it. You know, I don't know. Like I said I think what I said in my team, you gotta ask up, because I don't understand that behavior, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to talk to you behind the scenes, man, because I got the women of Wakanda actively searching for this young lady to see if she'd like to speak and get her story told or whatnot, you know? Because I got some women on my channel, my moderator. Shout out to the women of Wakanda, and they got their own stories. You feel me? And they'll definitely make her feel comfortable if she'd ever like to speak about that situation out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact, though, man. But you know that I pointed it out because, you know, certain people, you know, when you shouting somebody out, man, you gotta understand who you shouting out and who people are, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong in our culture. We have a sense of pretending or putting up a facade for who people are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps everything cloudy when you're dealing with individuals. You can't put up no wall with me. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I don't have no. I just don't like. It ain't that I don't give a, you know, but it's like I don't have no. I'm a Capricorn, so we don't have no coup for no. It's black and white with us. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. If we fuck with you, we fuck with you. If we don't, we gonna crush you. So I just keep it all the way, you know, on the straight path, man.
I remember when we spoke last night. You was telling me. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm just gonna play this clip, man. You let me know how you feel.
just know, yo, Jim, man, shit you doing is corny, boy. You know, it's just corny, man. You know, you know. I mean, it's good to try to keep the dude name alive, but I was there. I was around. I was in the dog pound when Melly was going through his situation. You know what I'm saying? There been times that Melly wanted to kill you, and I had to stop him, man. You know, because he felt he was gonna leave the rap game broke, and you was responsible for that. You get what I'm saying? So, a lot of these guys wasn't in the immediate circle. I was there. So, that shit y'all doing, that propaganda y'all spreading, cut it out, man. Just really cut it out. We really don't Frank had timing, man, because you wasn't there when it counted. When he was in society, you wasn't there. You wasn't nowhere to be found. You came through, probably smoked a blunt here and there, show face to keep a relationship, but when it came to the educational part of it and the guidance, it was like a step forward. You was absent.
Is it your take that Jim Jones came around for protection, basically?
Yeah, listen, right? As for the whole Jim Jones situation, you got to understand, my young boys came across him, I think probably in like 2002, 2003. At that time, I had 75 years of life. I was gone. So when I guess however they came in contact with him, they being who they be, fresh out the, just getting acclimated with the whole gang life, ran into him on some level, and he utilized them because he seen that they was miseducated and they were just some wild guys because where they come from, being they from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, which is a wild borough. You know what I'm saying? People from like boroughs like Queens and Harlem, they tend to utilize guys from come out of the Brooklyn sector because of Brooklyn guys have a certain kind of aura or reputation of being violent. You know what I'm saying? So people from like Queens and Harlem, that's not saying they don't get busy, but they just might not be as violent as, back then of people of the Brooklyn era. You know what I'm saying? So Jim, like, listen, man, we got a dog pound, man, and one time me and Melly in there, we handling some business, and my little homie is stressing, man. And he break down. He like, yo, blood, I'm not leaving this rap game broke. I killed Jim. No, he said, I killed Capo. And I was like, yo, can't do that, man, because at the end of the day, Capo did introduce you to a certain kind of lifestyle. You wasn't intelligent enough or business minded enough to do other things in that position. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like walk him down. You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, man, it ain't that serious, man. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, you feel some way towards Jim because of his behavior, antics, and certain things he said in the studio, back years ago when he was splurging money on bags and shit, you know. Um, so I had to basically just talk my young boy down, man, for not getting no. Well, he already had the idea for not reacting one day on his idea because when you in this hip hop industry and you feel like you put so much work in for someone who ain't returned a favor or kind of left you out to dry on several different occasions, you can have mixed feelings for a person depending what your mood is or what you're going through at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I guess at that moment, that time, he felt like, that nigga Capo owe me, man, and I ain't leaving this shit broke or I rock Capo. Well, it'll however it gotta go down, But I had to talk to young boy. I talked him out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he got his composure back. But you see, I know Mel. I can't hear you.
That's what I was gonna ask you. You weren't speaking hypothetically.
In regards?
You weren't speaking hypothetically in regards to him saying he wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he was like, yo, listen, man, I killed Capo, man. I ain't leaving this rap game broke. And I'm like, yo, chill out. You ain't gonna leave it broke. We out here. We gonna make something happen. You know what I'm saying? That was like probably 2014, man, 2013, around that time. That was like 6-7 years ago.
What was Jim doing for the guys behind bars?
Jim wasn't doing nothing. That's why like certain guys like Magoo and Frank White, and Frank White is that's my bro. We was just together on my second parole violation. We was all together in a super maximum jail in New York called Sullivan. And that's where they sent all high profile people at. All high profile gang members. Being that I was SAG, when I came through for my second parole violation, the administration SAG me for like 5 months until they, they like the certain kind of trouble cases, inmates, they gotta place them. So they had placed, a lot of people. Basically, Sullivan and Shawanga is the maxi maxes of New York State. Don't get me wrong, you have Attica, Clinton, Elmira, these maximum jails, but them two jails where they keep high profile inmates at. So me and Frank White was just in Sullivan together before the feds took them for that North Carolina indictment with the 9 trays. So basically, when me and Frank White was together, niggas ain't jacking Jim. They not, because Jim wasn't never doing the right thing. You dig what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I
feel you. Is his status correct? He's supposed to be some type of big homie on the set. Is that correct, or did he pay his way into the set?
I mean, he's no big homie whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a big homie. I don't know where dudes in New York get that title. He might have been able to put it on a map due to his lyrics. Excuse me. Due to his music lyrics, he was able to, exploit it more. But it wasn't just for him to exploit it on a music level for the sake of the gang uprising. It was more for his own uprising. You know what I'm saying? So with that right there, you gotta understand, people in New York, they like the dick ride. Excuse my language, man. They like the really frank ride, man. And it's like this, right? So-called big homies in New York, you could buy your way into a set. You feel me?
Absolutely.
That's not foreign. But being that, it's like people in New York is like stardom struck. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see a star, and next thing you know, they just start doing a whole bunch of goofy shit that, like, you be like, yo, you around. It's the goofy shit you doing. And that's a Jim situation. So Jim is able to manipulate the young homies due to the fact that he got a little stardom in his hip hop industry. And what happened? All the young homies want to rap. They all want to rap. So it's an easy catch. You know what I'm saying?
You think they really wanted to be rap, or they really wanted to be famous, like acknowledged?
Say it again.
Did they really want to rap, or did they really just want to be famous or acknowledged in the spotlight?
Yeah, they just want to be seen, or they want to be able to say, I was with this person, or I was with this person. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, it's about. I don't know, but I said it in one of my other interviews. I give you an example, right? When Casanova was going through all his stuff, back and forth, I came to, he called on me, and I came to hold him down. So I think we had Cityscapes, and the guys was up there to do some bad things to Cass in that boxing Jew, Javante Davis. So I'm the only one from my set around all the apes and all that at this strip club with Cass. I got the videos and stuff, right? But me, I like to stay in the cut, man. I'm not a poster boy. You're not supposed to see me. And that's how I kept it for years with Melly. You see Melly, you don't gotta see me. There's no reason to see me. If it's not broke, we don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta know who I am. I mean, people know who I am now because of I'm not in the game. I'm not in that lifestyle no more. So I'm able to reveal myself and show my face and, able to explore certain things. But back then, people who know who I am, and they know who he is. They know why he's in that position. For the peoples on a bigger scale, might just see him. You dig what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
But basically, staying behind the scenes, I don't want to go off track. But I was with Kaz, and After everything got, called off, we inside of a Tahoe truck. So I'm sitting behind the driver, Cass sitting behind the passenger. So one of the young Billies come inside the truck. He got like a rabbit on or a mink. I don't know. I think it was a rabbit or something. So he's a young kid. He's like 19 years old, but he's super hype. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's hype. So, I'm sitting, when he jumped in the passenger seat, I'm looking at him. I'm on my phone, but I'm like, I'm looking at him. He talking to Cass, and he like, yo, I got the shooters with me. Yo, I got the. So Cass checked the nigga like, yo, homie, chill out, cause I got the big homie with me. So he looked over at me, and I looked at him, and I'm like, and he said a few words to Cass, and he got out the truck. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say, look how young he was and so eager he was to do something. And then when Cash checked him, like, yo, chill out. I got the boy with me, man. And this how these young guys be. They be so eager to jump out the window and say they got the shooters. Everybody's a shooter, nigga. Everybody is a shooter, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So this nigga Sonny Blanco just said something strange, man. One of my moderators said, you dropped your flag. He said, Snow, why you changed your handle to take advantage of Treyway because you've been dropped your flag?
Nah, yeah, basically, it's just I'm off that, man. You know what I mean? I brung it there and I just manhandled it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only thing left from this here is for it to be taught in schools now for other kids won't make the same mistakes as these guys did. You dig what I'm saying? So, the name is still there, but that's for entertainment purposes, man. I'm not into that. That been over for me, homie. You feel me? You got
Yes, sir.
I brung it there, man. Without me, it would never have got the best out of Brooklyn. You feel me?
So what happened? What happened to breach? Nah, fuck that. I don't want to go there yet. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. I don't want to go there yet. I want to talk right now. Let's go to the early days of Snow. We done went a little bit deep. I want to go to the Chaka Raysor organization, man. One of the deadliest New York gangs. I heard the most violent gang in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn area, or whatnot. That's where you came up at, right?
That's the second in command you may make. I was under him. That was my big bro. He home now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's who
Salute to him.
that's who raised me. Like, that's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And I've been with them ever since I've been like 12 years old.
What was it like? They said that. Damn, is my mic sounding distorted?
No, I can hear you. You sound pretty good.
Okay. Okay. They said that they recruited young members or whatnot, and basically set a trend for being violent and getting money in the Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn area. How intimate were you with in that movement right there? Or did you come along, as time went on, or were you relevant and starting it?
I came a part of that crew when I was like 11, 12 years old. And the younger crew they talking about is my cousin Kingpin, a close friend of mine named Spank, another close friend named Donnell, what we call Stash, and it was me. We had a nickname like the Yellow Tape Gang, people would say, because when situations got crazy, that's what's all left behind was that yellow tape. So I came under them since I've been 11, 12 years old, man. The situation with that is this, right? I had a cousin named Shorty Gold, and he told on his case. My his sister is my aunt. She got a building on she lived in a building on Madison Avenue, right? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So my cousin Shorty Gold, he used to pump a lot of crack out that building until he got down with the crew. Now, when he got down with the crew, they took the building over, and we was famous for making we taking apartments and we turn them to holes. A hole is considered a crack spot, but in a hole, everything is boarded up. The windows, the door, there's no way out the hole. You can't walk through the apartment to another part of the apartment. Everything is in that room. So I was young coming around, and being that I was coming around to see my family, Shorty Gold, and he was down with these guys, I got down with them. And I worked my way up through the ranks from Fat Bay, D Black to May May. And then once May May got me, he kept me. And that's how that came about, man. So anybody that know me is say, yo, he don't this the crew he come from. So if to understand him, you have to understand where he come from. To understand the non-trade gangsters, you got to understand where their behavior came from.
And that would be you.
In my hood of Bedford-Stuyvesant, cause I was trained with these guys. At this time, it wasn't no blood gang. So now when I brought my behavior from this organization into my own, these guys already know how I move because of the crew I come from. Because they know about my crew because they was young. You know what I'm saying? So they know how my protocol is established because of the protocol I had to follow and the rules when we was all the Chaka boys. Because there was rules with
Chaka boys?
Yeah, that's what they call us. Like in my neighborhood, they said that's Chaka boys. That's Chaka boys right there. Them Chaka boys right there.
Okay.
Like we control my neighborhood with an iron fist. That's why I'm kind of like the most hated overall because a lot of people in my neighborhood hated how we control with an iron fist. I know you probably read the article, so you see how we was moving.
Deadly. Like deadly, violent. A lot of those words came up in a lot of those articles, man. Tell me about your predecessors, man. Chaka and his brother, man. You know, what were they like? You learned at their feet, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
I said, what was Shaefer Rd like?
Oh, Chaka, I love him, man. Chaka's a very, very, very smart, highly intelligent to the 10th degree. Very disciplined. Like we had to go to martial arts school and all that. You know, we couldn't smoke. We couldn't wear our sneakers could never be untied. Pants could never be hanging down. We had uniforms and we had structure. We had protocol. Like you would never see us smoking, drinking. You know, it was structure. It was a family that had very structure. And if you broke the rules, you got discipline.
Let me see. I'm trying to make sure my mic.
Nah,
I'm trying to fix.
It's good. It's good.
You can hear it good?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, I just switched to the speakerphone mic there. Let me see if that helps with the static on their end. That's what I'm doing over here, man. Fix your mic. I tried, y'all. So you don't hear echo on me? I'm not statically on your end?
Nah, you good.
Okay. So how did we get from
basically
how did we get from the Raysor organization to 75 years to life? Take me to that in between. What was Snow Billy like in between that
time? Well, after we caught the federal indictment in 1995, I was see the indictment came in 95, but being that when you catch a federal indictment as a teenager, they have to throw it out as they can't charge you under certain federal laws as a kid. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So in '95, I was on a run, and while on a run, I caught I was charged. I was charged for 4 murders, and I blew to 2 in an attempted murder. I blew to 75, and I came back down and copped out to 25 flat.
Now that's a mean piece right there. 25 flat.
Yeah. I mean,
On how many you say? How many was that? You say you was facing 4 and you copped the 2?
no. After I blew on a pill, I came back down and I copped out because I didn't want to go back to trial. So
Word.
I copped out to the 25 flat on my pill.
That's a mean sentence, man.
What happened was, say it again.
I was about to ask you what happened with that.
Okay, I'm gonna take you from the beginning. Well, I had a town, right? It was called Wilmington, Delaware. We was the first New York guys to ever go to that town, right? So made a lot of money in that town. Anyone that knows me know, we was the first New York guys, due to people from our projects in Brooklyn. I'm from Roosevelt Housing Projects, 128 Kosciuszko. I don't know if you heard about it's something big on the news right now about what's going on in my projects. 8 people were shot this morning. I'm from there. I'm from the 6th building, 128. That address is on my birth certificate. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the wildest building ever since the Roosevelt houses ever came about. 128, 6th building, Kosciuszko and Decal. You hear me?
I hear you.
So hold on, where we was? Oh, so my uncle quit, God bless his soul, and a family friend named Mike. They call him Shadu. He got 45 years. He been down like 31 now. They was the first ones to go to Delaware and take over Delaware, and that caused a big war in my building where I come from in Roosevelt. So being that they opened the floodgates, we was able to all go to Delaware and get money at a young age. You hear me?
Yeah.
So I had a friend that I brung down and he came home from the feds to get a couple dollars because he was fucked up in New York. So when I brung him down there, he had caught a parole violation, and he allowed his brother. His brother was already with him, but his brother brung 2 more guys from my neighborhood to the town. And the era I come up in, if I bring you to a town, you can't bring nobody else without getting my permission.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in my era, if I brung you to Virginia to get money with me, you can't bring your own work, and you can't bring nobody with you, or you got to at least consult with me to say, hey, listen, I want to bring Joe and Black down to the town to assist me with the work or whatever. I can't just come around and I see 2 niggas from my neighborhood down here, like, even though they cool with me, but that's not protocol.
Absolutely.
So what happened was, his name is Dread. He caught he's dead now. Not none of my work, but an associate of ours. Both of them guys got 500 years apiece out of state. But back to what I'm saying is that Dread, he caught a parole violation, and his brother was already with him, and that was already understandable because he came down months ago. So now I don't know his brother brung 2 more people down to the town. So when I see it, I don't trip or nothing because these is my guys he brung. But the protocol of not informing me is where they kind of astray at, because this is not your town. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
we have a sense of when we get this, like I'm like Christopher Columbus. If I get to a town, You read the articles, man, so you're quite sure you know how we do when we end up in these certain states. You know, that's a gold mine. You feel me? So, long story short, Dread went back on a parole violation, and he got scared. He thought I was gonna do something to him when he found out that I acquired about why these guys was brunk down here without nobody letting me know. So he tried to put a few contracts on my head. With some killers too, some real older killers, man. That's from my project. And I ran into these guys in jail. Actually, one of the killers, I was actually in a cell with him in a shoe program. And I had got my level drop from level 3 to level 1. So when they told me who I was going to cell with, I was happy because I was gonna get some closure because he was one of the guys that denied the contract when Drag came to him and said, "Yo, I need you to knock Snow off." But he said, "I'm not killing nobody for my projects." He said, "Yo, I'm not killing nobody for my project." So he declined boy offer. So now, an associate of mine who I was looking out for, he comes home from jail. He's not doing too well, and the guy who I told you who I brought to the town, he offered him 250,000 in a Lincoln Navigator to kill him. And I think half of the town if once I was removed. So hold on. When a female of mine's close female, she had told me about it. She knew too much for her to not be accurate on what was going on. So I guess dudes was pillow talking, and she pulled me to the side like, "Yo, boom, boom, boom." So I'm like, "Word." All right. Long story short, that night was a real wild night. You know what I'm saying? That night was crazy, and let me make sure I can remember. I don't want to throw you off track. The guy who took who accepted the contract on me. He came. They was in a car one night, right? That day, they was in a car, 4 deep, and I was like on in my neighborhood is called like Gates and Marcy. I was on Gates and Marcy, and these dudes was in a car 4 deep coming down from the other direction. It's a two-way street. So you know me, I'm always vigilant when I'm out in the street because I always got it. At that time, I was a real wild cowboy. You know what I'm saying? So I always got it on me, and I'm always ready to. I'm trained to go. So I see the car coming, and I'm looking at the stilettos that's in the car. I'm not looking at the car, but I'm looking at the moving figures that's in the car. And the way they behaving is they heads is moving in too many different directions. That's giving me the indication that they're looking for someone. So when I seen that, I starts to run to the car, firing. Boom, 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 boom. So they try to get up out of Dodge now, because now they caught off guard. See, a lot of people don't know how to react when the fire is coming. They don't know how to react under fire. So now that they see me coming towards them, they start to back up out and they crash. Like a block away, they crash. So, and actually my gun jammed after like probably the 6th shot probably. But mind you, they were still a little distance from me. But as they coming towards down the block, I'm like, here, I'm coming to meet them. So I'm already on them, right? So they was able to get away. So I went to my place, my little honeycomb hideout, was like a few blocks down on putting them in no string, and I fixed my joint. And then I doubled back. And I caught the driver. I hit him in his head. I caught my man. I hit him in his head, and his girl, I hit her on her neck.
Shit, I ain't even mad at you about that shit. Everybody associated with that situation gotta go. As far as I'm concerned, man. Did she have a play? Did she have a play on that, or a part in that, or she was just associated?
You know, when I pulled up to the set, man, and and I got the firing, man, I just had to, touch up everybody that was in in that area. You know what I'm saying, for good measures. So
Yes, sir.
so
I done been there. I done been there.
so they charged me, but the crazy thing is, when I got apprehended, they hit me with 4 in an attempt. So, I'm like, I'm going through the procedure, and they only brung me to trial for the 2 in the attempt, and I pled guilty to a few more. You know what I'm saying? This so the case could be closed. So that was my deal, was to take the 25 flat and plead guilty to all these unknown homicides, and I pled guilty to that. I was the only one in court at that time that ever was given that kind of offer to plead guilty, so they could just close things out. And I pled guilty, and I did my I had all that time. You know what I'm saying?
How much you give back? How much of it did you give back to him?
I gave back 50.
Mm-hmm.
I gave back more than that because I had 10 to 20 in Delaware, and I had 20 to 40 in Pennsylvania.
So shit, which you gave back like 70 or something.
Yeah, but with the Pennsylvania, I had 10 in, so PA took 10 years off. By the time my appeals and everything went through with PA, I already had 10 in on the PA case. I already had 10 in on the Delaware case. So with the Delaware case, they modified my Delaware sentence, and they modified my Pennsylvania sentence, and they ran it concurrent with the New York Times. So it was all 25 overall.
That's what's up.
And
That's what's up.
but it's crazy, right? Because when I was young, so when you young and you got all that time, you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ignorant because I come from $1 million crew, so I had all the nice things at a young age. I had the handmade Cuban, I had the Rolexes, I had a lot of stuff that other kids wasn't able to have in that era because the crew that raised me. So I had a presidential Rolex. Like this, everybody in the crew had Rolex watches when Rolex watches was really, really big back then. I'm talking about 1994, 1995, 1993. This is what I'm talking about. When nobody even knew about the Miami handmade Cubans. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
And
I ain't hip right now.
Being with these guys, I've been everywhere. We used to go to the Beacon Theater, Nassau Coliseum, Madison Square Garden. All the Freakniks, all the Budweiser Super. I was young, but I experienced a lot, and I seen a lot, and I seen millions of dollars with these guys. We had a video store on my avenue. We had a video store, and in the video store, that's where all the money would come to. And I was the only one out the young boys that Chaka would let in. When Chaka seen me at the door, he buzzed me in, and I go on the back, and millions of dollars. And I know you read the paper, million. I'm talking about bags of money was
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? And so when I got to the penitentiary, it felt like I've done a lot in my life, but in reality, I didn't. But being that I grew up fast and I was with a certain kind of multi-million dollar crew at a young age, when I got to prison, I had a lot of money and I had a lot of hate because of the reputation I came to the penitentiary with. See, in New York, you have a lot of haters. and there's a lot of petty crimes in New York State jail. So when a major figure come through, everybody is like, you know, because people from your neighborhood is screaming your name, and your lifestyle precedes you. So now when you in these state prisons, a lot of people who are around you wasn't doing what you was doing. So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of jealousy and hate on, you know, and I'm a guy who I don't care if you hate me or not. Fuck you too. That's my attitude. You get busy, I'll get busy. You dig what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
you know, and I told you, I don't know if you read on one of my posts, but my ex-wife, she's a captain. And, you know, here it is. I'm coming into the penitentiary with a notorious reputation from my neighborhood and the crew I come from. And then my wife is a cop. And then I'm sitting on a bag and I'm getting busy. So it's a lot of hate, and I ain't got time for it. So I let my nuts hanging. It is what it is. You see, I ain't got no cuts on my face. A lot of these guys, they do a lot of lying when it come to me, man. Like, I remember dudes saying they cut me in my face. One guy was bragging, yo, I cut that nigga, boy. I gave that nigga 300 stitches. And the kid he was saying it to was my young boy. And my young boy is a savage. His name is D-Rock. He's a savage. He used to beat up all the blood niggas. So when this kid was bragging about this, and my young boy sitting in the cell like, yeah, you cut him? He broke that nigga into pieces. You hear me? And come to find out, the boy didn't do nothing to me, but he thought he was getting brownie points by doing corny, goofy shit like that. And that's what a lot of New York guys do, man. Let me tell you something about New York, right? They put the three bad bones on you in New York. And this is facts, man. This is why I bash the town so much, because they do a lot of fake shit and a lot of hating shit. It's either you getting high, you a dope fiend, you a rat, or you fuck with the chumps. And this is what niggas in New York put on niggas when they have a strong name. This is a New York tactic, man. They specialize in this shit here. It's either you a dope fiend, you fuck with the chumps, or you rat it. These are the three bad bones New York niggas love to put on individuals who got a strong reputation, or just I don't give a fuck type of individuals. This is what they use. But not to go off track, where was we at?
No, I like to talk about that. Why would they destroy a man's character like that? Why did they destroy a man's character like that?
Say it again.
Why are they trying to destroy a man's character like that? Like you just spoke about.
Yo, you know, when you have a certain kind of charisma and a certain kind of style that other people don't possess, they will hate you. And being that I've been getting money since I've been 12 years, like, you got to understand, I'm a 12-year-old. And I've been getting a lot of money from a young age. And people know my name. It brings a lot of hate, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people hate to hear about a motherfucker that's still young, been through so much, and still here. I've been shot in my neck and head, man. And I'm still here. And people hate that. They hate that. They couldn't even believe it at first. This is how wicked dudes is. They couldn't even embrace it till it came out in the blogs and all the court transcripts that I got shot in the head and neck. And they like, and then I got up, you know. But this is our culture. They like to bash you before you even get up. This is the African American culture. And I know some people say, oh, I say, listen, nobody ever did me dirty but my own peoples, man. Even when I came to help my own, they did me dirty. So understand where I come from and understand my behavior because of the people who I was subjected to be around in my environment. I didn't come out the womb as an evil and mean dude. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I didn't wake up one morning and say, yo, I want to hang a motherfucker, because individuals in our culture, they know how to stir hate up. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this is why I be the way I be with individuals. Like, I stay on their necks because they don't want to see you make it, bro. Like, you see how you want to come up, and I'm like, yo, bro, I reached out to you.
Yes, sir.
Yo, let's go back to the 50 Cent situation. 50 Cent was going through all that bullshit in New York. Not one motherfucker in New York assisted 50 Cent, bro.
Word.
It took somebody from the Midwest and the West Coast to come get that East Coast nigga, man. And that's why I respect Eminem. Nobody black came and got 50. Nobody African American came and got 50. It was Eminem, man. And I say that to say that's how it is in our culture. We don't never come together to assist one another. But we'll come together to assist one another. It was about destroying his come up.
Mm-hmm.
And
This nigga, let me pin this nigga comment real quick. Not to cut you off, because the nigga just said some strange shit, man.
what he said.
Here, man. I need to address him real quick, though. He said, we respect the shooter, not the nigga who got shot. Listen, homie, I got shot in my head too, nigga, and I bust my gun.
Tell him
You
this.
feel me? I bust my gun, nigga. He was better that day. So fuck what you talking about, homeboy.
Right, but tell him
You
this.
know what I'm talking about for real.
What Jadakiss said, we don't want to hear about the shooter because he ain't kill you. We don't want to hear
Absolutely.
we don't want to hear about the shooter because he ain't kill you, man. You heard what Kiss said?
Absolutely.
Know what I'm saying?
I love when they come in there talking that shit. I didn't mean to interrupt you, though. I had to address him.
Mandatory. So that's what happened, man. And it's kind of crazy because remember I told you the guys that my man who I brung to the town allowed to come to the town. They killed him, bro. Set him on fire and everything, man.
Set him on fire.
That's what they did down there in Delaware to him. You hear me? They both from the two of them is locked up now for that down there. They his name was Dread. They shot him, put him in his car, and did him dirty. But those are the guys that he brung down there. I know who these guys were spray painting dudes. He brung them to the town, and they flipped on him. I was already locked up. I was already in jail when they flipped on him. And I got I made a phone call from the box, and they say, yo, man, your man Dread is he down for the count. And they told me what happened. I was like, damn, yo, by boying them, the same niggas that he brung to the town.
If you'd have been home, you think it would have went down like that?
You know what's crazy?
You think they'd have tried you even?
Well, remember I told you, Dread put the contract on me, right?
Yeah, a little earlier, yeah.
Okay, well, my glasses for prior to that day before that, I seen him in a car, and I tried to flag him down, but he kept going. So that indicated to me that something wasn't right. So the guy that's responsible for doing that to Dread, him and his cousin, he was in a Regal car with Philadelphia tags on it with a girl from the town. So he pulled over. I had a fee liable lawsuit on, but I had the grip on me, but I had a belt on. So you couldn't really tell I had the grip on me. Cause I got a fee liable lawsuit on, but I got a belt on my stomach with the joint. So he gets out, he hugs me, right? And he like, yo, little boy, we exchange words. I'm like, yeah. He like, when you come back to the town, mind you, he know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at this point. So 10 minutes later, my friend who took the contract is driving his car, the one who I just hugged, right?
Right.
So when he pull up to the light on Troop Avenue, I go to the car, right? And I can tell from the position the girl is in she's leaned all the way back in the car. So his intentions was to shoot me through the window. But I fucked that up for him because I went to the car and I put my head in the car and looked at him and said, "What's up?" And I could see him fumbling underneath the chair. And I'm like, if you gonna do it, you gonna have to do it. You gonna have to give it to me in my face, nigga. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm giving him, I had a heavy chain on. And when I went in the car like this, and the girls leaned all the way back, but my chain is swinging in the car, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And he startled. So right then and there, I said, "I'ma tear your ass up, nigga. You fucked up. I gave you the drop, and you fumbled the ball, nigga." So the next day, I seen him, his cousin, and old girl, and laid them all down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how that happened, man. And I got my time for that, man. And it was crazy because I think back now, and it's like being older. I said, damn, I thought I was really doing something back then when I was just starting to live, man.
That's the thing I tell people all the time. It's easy for a motherfucker on the outside looking in to judge or try to when they ain't never been in these situations before. Ain't never been under pressure. Like you said, a lot of these niggas been shotguns, but they ain't never been under fire. They don't know how to react when they hear that. They don't know how to identify a target and pop that bitch. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to running. Because all these niggas know is running. You feel me? So you absolutely right in that aspect, man.
Or they turn their heads. If you look at some of these little videos, you always see them ducking their head or turning some kind of strange way, right? They don't have tactical training.
Mm-hmm.
They got urban training. They don't have tactical training.
Since you said tactical training, and you said this a little earlier, it probably went over people's heads. I read on your Instagram that I don't know what you call it. Your ex-wife, is that your ex-wife?
Yeah, that's my ex-wife. We no longer together now.
Okay, shit. Salute to y'all still. She's a captain, or is a retired captain, and was at a point in your life where you couldn't protect your family, and at a point where you needed someone to do it, and the only one you could count on was her. I thought it was real shit and real smart of you to have her go to the police academy and become a cop, because now she's a part of the biggest gang. That's the gang everybody's scared of. Don't nobody want to fuck with the police. You know what I'm saying?
Biggest gang in the world, man.
Absolutely. That was a very smart. That was a chess move. I don't play chess. I play checkers. I say that a lot. But that was a hell of a chess move on your behalf to protect your family while you in there dealing with what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you.
Right. Because I got a son by her. And me being absent now, and it's like, coming from my era, and you seen if you read the articles how we played. So I have to think of that same kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I understand the lifestyle I come from. So what makes me think that karma won't fall back on my peoples?
Absolutely.
So to prolong that karma or to push it out the way, let me allow her to go into this situation and get that training, and now she's ready to rock and roll with individuals feel they want to play that kind of game.
And y'all raised a law-abiding citizen and a good young man together, I heard, too, man. Salute to you on that.
Yeah, man. My son, he a school teacher, man. He a school teacher. I'm proud of kiddo, though.
Respect, man. That's respect. And I say that to say this, man. It don't matter what you go through out there, whoever watching it, whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, nigga, you can still come out of that shit and be the nigga across the screen from you. Be just successful. Be a father to your son, a husband to your wife, even, or wherever you at. He was a husband and a father in that box. And a lot of niggas don't think that forward. They just sent the girl out of town. Like, you know what, baby, you gotta move. I'm about to send you to the South real quick. and I'll be home when I get home, and we go. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you know, she stood right there, man. You know, now, you know, like I said, man, no matter what, for the rest of her life, she will be a part of the biggest gang in the world. And if you say something to her,
Absolutely.
you're gonna have 1,000,000 of them niggas at your doorstep.
Mhm. That's what's up, man. That was a hell of a move. So tell me about this. Now, not to switch subjects real quick, because I want to try to get to everything I can get to, man. Because I heard some wild shit. Like, you know, like you said, you ain't got no buck 50s. You came home pretty. But I heard some men put their hands on Snow Billy in the penitentiary. Is that true or false?
I had several knife fights, man. You hear me? I'm listen, in the penitentiary, I bully all the tough guys, and they hate that. You understand what I'm saying? I told you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going. I would never. There's no reason for me to lie. My father told me you lie for 2 reasons: to get rich or save your life.
See, I heard it different. I heard you scared or you got something to hide. My father told me a man lie because he's scared or you got something to hide.
Right?
And that's why I tell the truth. I ain't got shit to lie about because I ain't scared of nobody and I ain't got shit to hide.
Right. So my pop said you lie to either save your life or get rich. You feel me? And I tell you like this, right? Nobody never put their hands on me unless I warranted it, meaning that I welcomed it. I welcomed
Absolutely.
it. And I tell you like this, right? Look, I'm one of the most controversial dudes in the penitentiary. I got not one scratch on my face. You know why? Because I always brung it, or I always said, let's go lock in. Go get your knife. I got my knife. Meet me in the hole, and we gonna shake it out till the bells go off. And that's it. No one ever. I won't allow nobody to put their hands on me because I'm moving a certain kind of way. You know, but this is what dudes do. Dudes, you gotta understand, man. I'm one of the most hated in New York because I play fair. One thing I'm never gonna do is allow another gang to outpress another gang. And I say that to say, like, I tuck up for a lot of Crips when I was in the penitentiary. You hear me?
You said what now?
I tuck up for a lot of the Crips inside the New York State Penitentiary because at that time a lot of Crips was outnumbered, and I've had a lot of friends that was Crips. So when they
Mm-hmm.
went to the prison, they would always see if I was there and say, "Yo, Snow here." And if I was in the spot, I'd be like, "Yo, it ain't gonna be no jumping them. It ain't gonna be no pass the Miller on them. If y'all want to get with him, lock it. Get your knife. He got his knife. Y'all go at it. Feel me? It ain't gonna be no
Absolutely.
dudes on no one Crip, especially if you from Brooklyn, because at the end of the day, I gotta go back to Brooklyn. And I can't have nobody being in a penitentiary with me. And they said I was in there with him and he let this happen to me. So I always kind of held the Crips down when they came into a pen I was in. And that's what made a lot of the Bloods dislike me and hate me. Because I bad up. And a lot of the homies, they do sneaky shit. They not up front with theirs. Me, I'm gonna hit you in front of a correction officer. I'm gonna get right to it. It ain't gonna be no, I'm trying to get away. If you're an issue, I'm gonna do it right there where the dep is at, the superintendent, the lieutenant. I wouldn't give a fuck.
And
So
that's how you gain respect in the joint from other motherfuckers, because motherfuckers know you will go wherever and whenever like that.
yeah, you know, when it comes to a real individual, these dudes will always downplay it, man. And I understand that. I told you the other day, right? And this is facts. I was in a medium, first time in a long time. I never been to a medium before. We have a medium called Wyoming. It's across from Attica. They call it Baby Attica, right? So I'm there at the time, and I'm reading the book called Decoded by Jay-Z, and a lot of my friends from my neighborhood is also there. So I'm on my bunk reading, and another close friend of mine, a major figure. His name is Bar. He gonna see this. He's a major figure. We grew up together. He used to roll with 50 and he used to protect 50 and all them. His name is Monster Ball. He protect 50.
Which 50? 50 Cent or the real 50 Cent?
No, 50 Cent the rapper.
Okay.
Hear me? His name is Monster Ball. This is my brother. And he called. He said, yo, he came to my dorm. He said, yo, Melly want to speak to you. He on the phone. So I went out to the yard and I said, yo, what's poppin', homie? He was like, yo, big homie, why everybody coming at my kufi for? You know, back then they were saying that I smacked your kufi off and all that stupid shit. So he was like, yo, why everybody coming at my kufi for, big homie? And I'm like, and it's so interesting because I was reading the Decoded book at the time, and Jay-Z was saying in the book how everybody come at for somebody for the crown. So I quoted that to Melly. I said, yo, listen, if you get the chance, which I know he was going to get the chance because nobody reads books in the street. I said, yo, if you get the chance, pick up the book by Jay-Z called Decoded and read this chapter on this page, and you'll understand everybody who wears the crown. And I'm talking about, we could go back to the 1600s, before the Bible, you hear me? Everybody who wears the crown, you're going to have somebody that's coming for it, man. And that's what I told him, man. And he was like, damn, homie, you right, man. I was like, yeah, though, bro. But I still had a few, I think I had like probably 2 years left or whatever. You know, I don't really call home, man. I don't borrow dudes, man. You know, I'm just disciplined like that. I'm not into borrowing dudes. I know what need to be done. I know what I got to do. You know, I've been going to jail since I've been a juvenile, like a kid. So I'm kind of groomed in that department, you know. And what we were just that butt be having my. We were just touching on.
Let me ask you something real quick. While we're on the subject of that Jay-Z Decoded, my people, you know what? I never took the time to read it, but I just wrote it down again because a lot of people told me it was the offset of 50 Cent's Fearless. I mean, not Fearless, 50 Cent's 50th Law. How you feel about the comparison there? Have you ever read that?
I never read the 50th Law straight through, but I skimmed through that book. It's nothing like Decoded, man.
Okay.
See,
I'm a copy because you said that. And I'm copying your shit as well, man. Shit. How many books do you have out here? Is it just one or two?
Yeah, right now I got that one book that's published, the 69 Shots, The Rise and Fall, but I'm working on 2 books right now.
Is the 69 Shots on Amazon? Where can we get that shit at?
You can get it directly through I got the link on my Instagram page. Right now, I got 5,000 pre-orders right now. They just sent me my form. 5,000 pre-orders. All you got to do is go through the my link on my page. Go to www.penguinhousepub.com, and it's you can order it right through there. But if you go to my,
did you say Penguin House?
Yeah, Penguin House Pub. Penguin House Pub at .com. The link is in my bio on my page.
Okay, for sure. I'm following you over there, so I probably just go. I wrote it down just in case anyway.
Right,
but I probably just go over there and copy from right there.
Don't even worry about it because now that you know we already tapped in, when I call you, I get them to ship you a few anyway.
My baby, I really appreciate that, man. That's real 100 shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna ask for the handout. I fuck with niggas, you feel me? And I fuck with you, so I'm gonna fuck with your movement. You feel me? You ain't gotta do that. Let me copy my book, unless you just gonna send me one with a signed signature. Let's say, yo, Ozone, this Billy, this the $1 Million Snow. You feel me? I appreciate that one.
I got you. But yeah, let me address this, man. You know, because sometimes, right? I mean, I got tough skin, right? But what I don't like is this. An individual don't have to lie on me because I'm going to tell you whatever it is, even if it make me look bad. And if you go back to any of my old YouTubes, you will see me say, listen, even if it makes me look bad, I'm going to tell you what it is, man. So I want, let me tell you, I'm so brazen that I'm a light-skinned motherfucker. I can't let nobody put their hands on me, bro.
Absolutely.
I bruise fast, man.
Too much information. $1 million Snow.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't let nobody put their hands on me. But this is what, you know, dudes like this, when you dealing with a figure, and I watched this, bro. You know what? I watched this throughout my time, right? I watched dudes. I watched hating bum ass dudes throw dirt on so much good niggas' names. It's sad, bro. You hear me?
I hear you, for sure, for sure. I already know shit. Niggas throw dirt on my name all the time just cause I'm still here and I ain't in the fucking box like they people is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard people. You know what the crazy shit is? I heard people tell other girls about another dude and say, yo, don't fuck with him because he fuck with chumps. Just because this is a fly motherfucker and they hating on him, they tell a girl on a visit. Hopefully, they girl tell another girl, and now they looking at this fly motherfucker like he's some kind of chump. And he realer than the niggas who spread this propaganda. But this what corny ass New York niggas do, man. This is why I go crazy on the town, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing just cause I'm from there, bro. I'm gonna let it hang. This is the corny shit niggas in New York do, bro. If you're a person that's at a certain level, they gonna try to degrade you any which way possible.
Absolutely.
This is their tactic in New
One
York.
thing I don't do is I don't shit on a man for how he came up, what he do. I got a young nigga I groomed and shit. Let's just say that. If I was 12, he was maybe 9. His mother trusted me because I always brought her son back safe. But I said that to say this. He went to the Army. He went to school. He did work. He went to Catholic school. I went to public school. I banged. I did what I did. He stayed out of trouble. He stayed in school. He got good grades. He went to the Army, came back. Nah, a nigga will fuck with him because you would think he was square.
Right.
And he'd kill a nigga with his bare fucking hands. He always been from the hood. He just went to school out there. He was groomed by real niggas and killers. He already know what it's like. But because he got that training, like you got wifey back then or whatnot, shit, he'll fuck a nigga up with his bed. He don't need a weapon. If he close enough, you know what I'm saying?
My mother, right? She put my brother in military school, right? When he turned like 7 years old. She sent him to the same school Donald Trump went to. I'll post a picture if you want. I'll send you the picture. My little brother is like, he's like worth. My little brother is like this. You hear me? Like,
absolutely.
Like,
salute to him. Salute to Snow Billy's little bro.
Yeah, that motherfucker different. So he went to military school, right? And he got friends that's mercenaries, right?
Absolutely.
If you see these guys, you wouldn't have no clue these guys got 280 kills over and like you would look at them and be like, who this peanut? You would have no clue that this guy that's 80 pounds look like the way he looked is a stone cold mercenary.
Absolutely.
He'll walk by.
And that's how a lot of niggas meet their destiny. Just like that. Underestimating the next nigga. You don't put nothing past I don't put nothing past no nigga. If a nigga say something to me, I might believe him and pop his top off right the fuck there. Hey, don't make me believe you, nigga. Don't say some shit and say it in the conviction voice, nigga. Like, I'll kill you right now. Then if I got that bitch on my hip, you done force me to pop your top off wherever I'm at. Because I believe you, nigga. Look, and that's what I'm going to tell the people. I was scared. He said he was going to do me right there. You know, he forced my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the baby. And I don't know what state is in Ohio or I don't know, but the mother was on a Zoom call and the baby shot the mother in the head. You seen that?
Mm-hmm.
You know why
I did see that.
You know why that happened? Because whoever that girl had that baby around, that baby seen somebody do that. For that baby to
absolutely playing with that motherfucking man.
For that baby to point that gun at his mother's head and pull that trigger, that means she has some irresponsible individuals in her circle that was behaving in a certain manner that kid picked up on. And then all he did was rehearse it. And look what happened.
He emulated it. Absolutely. He emulated, and like I was speaking about earlier, I was talking about The Wire and how that little nigga that never liked Omar wound up killing him in the end. The little baby nigga wound up popping Omar. You hip to The Wire, right?
Yeah, I think he hit him in the store, right?
Absolutely. And I was telling niggas that his mind couldn't grasp the concept of reputation. Like, man, why are we giving this nigga money? Why are we running from him every time he comes? Right. And consequently, we never thought about that until the end when he popped his top off. That's kind of sort of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, niggas don't give a fuck when they don't give a fuck. It's consequences and repercussions to every motherfucking move made out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Whether niggas like them or not, they gotta come to grips with the fact that the rules don't exist. You niggas making them bitches up as y'all go along because y'all don't like what the fuck happened to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, there's no rules, man. Listen, let me say something, right? I come from an era, right, where this is the era I come from, where it'll be a group of guys, right, standing in front of a building. Two of them might be a target, right?
Absolutely.
So the era I come from, a motherfucker will call the police just to see if his weapon's over there. Once the police go over there and no one runs and the police search a perimeter and leave, they just told the other group that them guys is unarmed over there.
Absolutely.
Now you a sitting duck. How we know? Because somebody called the police. And they searched around where y'all guys is at. Now they know there's no weapons over there. So when the ops come to get in, they know you defenseless. See, so you know, so you know, and I watched Stone Cold Killers play that game.
You use every element accessible to you in a war. I keep telling these niggas ain't nothing fair in love and war. If a nigga ain't on your side, he your op. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga ain't on your side or associated with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, he's an op. That's the way I always played.
Yeah,
and I ain't got no love for the other side.
That's a fact, though, bro. That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. And hey, yo, man, I know, yo, this is crazy, yo. I'm glad we able to have a discussion, man, because you know I wanted to get some things out, man. You know, not just in regards to this, but you know, for the kid, you know, for the youth any of the youth that come across this, man. You know, I see a lot of shit going on in the world, bro, and I ran into a lot of kids, man, that when that cell door closed and I put that mirror over there, I see a whole different person, man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I hear them kids come in and they come in that cell on that 6-day quarantine, no book, no nothing but that prison manual from Spanish to English, and niggas sitting up in that motherfucking cell with no change of clothes for 6 days, and you put that mirror over there to holler at him, he ain't the same kid he was in the projects, man. He ain't the same kid he was when he was rolling with that gang, man.
Man, I know that's a hunter right there. I had that bitch since I was 14. Let me get it in the camera. That motherfucker is a wolf man standing on the mud. Man, listen, dog. I hunted the action in that motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was one of them. Like, I keep telling niggas there's different types of apex predators out here. Like, you got some niggas that respect other niggas because they got a reputation, and then you got niggas that go at niggas because of that reputation. Like, that nigga ain't bigger than me.
Right.
That nigga ain't colder than me.
Yes.
You feel me? And some niggas that associate themselves with niggas just to let those niggas know that you niggas don't spook me. Fuck nigga, I'm just as big a threat as any of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? You should be afraid of me as opposed to what other niggas is saying.
Right. And when I was that age, when I was 14, I felt like that. Like at 14 years old, right? Like our attire back then used to be, you see these caps right here? We all wore these caps, we all wore Ray-Bans, and we all usually had long corn braids, and we'll wear like Nautica sweatsuits and shit. And we, you know, like we had a certain dress code. you know, being a Chaka boy. You had a certain kind of look you had. So, damn man, my fucking memory is like very bad, bro. It's just like I got so much on my mind going. It's like, you hear me?
It's crazy, man. Shit, get it all up. Whatever you willing to speak about, we willing to listen, homie. I'm engaged.
When I was 14, that's the beat. Like I was on like bulldog time. You feel me? Like, you know, you always being that young, you looking like you just waiting for that. And being that I came up in that era, it was different. It was different than, you know, what it is now.
Absolutely.
You know, back then you didn't have kids getting shot. Individuals went for their direct target. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. We was taught to walk a man down. We ain't shooting crowd. I mean, if it got drastic like that, I ain't gonna front. Like I told you, I respect what you did when you laid everybody down, because there are certain points when shit happens where a man will snap, and anything associated with anything that did something got to go. You know, so I completely understand that. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, anyway, like you said, my shit's scrambled too. But a lot of these niggas haven't been in the streets to that degree in order to understand the process even. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, $1 Million Snow, why it's on my mind. Between when $1 Million Snow comes home from prison, how does he become $1 Million Snow? You know what I'm saying? What happens to take his mind to the next level on some limitless shit and get bread and start a company and a whole wave and put a set on and everything else? How did you do that?
You mean after I came home from the long stretch?
That was the long stretch, wasn't it? Or what? That was the first stretch.
No, I mean
we just talked about.
I've been back on violations. I went back like 3 times on violations, a year, 15 months, then 6 months. I got 3 violations after I came home.
The violations wasn't longer than the stretch though, right?
It felt like it, you know what I'm saying? But nah. Yo, them violations is different, man.
Word.
That shit is, but like to answer your question, when I came home off the stretch, I still was sitting on some nice change. You know, I was sitting on some good money, and I have a funeral home in Brooklyn. So when I came home, I immediately got back into what I do, and that's cremate. So in my mother's funeral home, I was handling all the cremation. So I was making $700 off of each cremation.
Bodies. You was cremating bodies.
Yeah, I cremate for my mother's funeral home. That's my job when I come home from off parole. Like, you know, that's where I work at. That's my job, you know. Until parole.
Now that takes you to a different level on my mind. You know, that just catapulted you up to a new level in my mind, because like I said, you know, it's a difference between the killer and the murderer. I just told them that shit earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, the killer gonna pop something up, but a murderer can lay down the whole set and go eat dinner like nothing happened, not bust a sweat, not his pulse not out of order or shit. It's just a regular evening. You feel me?
Right.
That's the difference.
Definitely.
So for you to say that you cremated bodies, like all that other shit used to be white shit for me. When you see a motherfucker get cut up, when you hear that on the news in Detroit, oh, that's a white boy. Somebody cut a body up and his dick is in the freezer or his head is over there. White boy did that.
Yeah.
And I said that to say this, that shit is too personal, like cremating a body.
No.
You think that shit desensitized you to death in a certain way?
No, I was
seeing it up close and personal like that.
No, that's my job description for the funeral home.
But what you're saying is you didn't cremate no bodies.
No. Okay, you know when somebody passed away and the family said they want their bodies cremated?
Absolutely.
I'm the one that take the body to Jersey and cremate it, pick the ashes up, bring it to the funeral home. We have 90 days to claim the ashes. If you don't claim the ashes, we dispose of the ashes. I'm the one that go around to each funeral home, pick the deceased body up, and take it over to Jersey and get it cremated and bring the ashes back.
That's fucked up. Like I said, that's too personal for me. I wouldn't do that job. That shit would desensitize you to death in a certain way.
Oh
And
yeah.
once you become desensitized to death, it becomes easier to take life because life becomes shit. You know what I'm saying? Steadily seeing death. You saying you picked up dead bodies and took them to become ashes to ashes and dust to dust, and then took them back. That's what you did. That's fucked up. I ain't saying it like that, but you know, I wouldn't do that shit. You know,
like
it feel like the nigga has spirits on him. You feel me?
But when I come home, see, in New York, you gotta have a job on parole. They gotta have you. You know, you gotta have a job and stuff. So, you know, being that my mother got the funeral home, when I come home from prison, I go right to the funeral home, my job. You know, and you know, it's crazy because the parole officers, they used to, when they see me coming in with expensive stuff on, and they see what I have on, and the senior parole officers have been, oh, that's the front. Oh, that's Hardy. He got a funeral home, but they think it's a lot of money in that shit. They say, oh, funeral home, a lot of money. It's a lot of money in the long run. You know what I'm saying? But when they, you know, it's crazy because I used to be in parole, and they be like, I might have a pair of Chris and Lou Boutons on. I might have a pair of Balmain jeans on. You know, and the females parole officers, they be knowing what everything is. So I had one female parole officer. She seen sneakers and she knew they was like $3,100, and she went crazy. Oh, them sneakers is $3,100. I'm telling your parole officer. So when she thought she was doing something, so when she came into the cubicle and she like, you know how much them sneakers he got on course? An older parole officer came in there. My man, he was like, an older guy, but I was with him for years. He was like, oh, that's Hardy, man. He owned a funeral home, man. Leave him alone. So she was like, huh? I was like, yeah, you tripping over my sneakers, bitch. You bug it out. You don't even know who I am. But when I come home, that's my occupation. See, what happens is this, right? People, funeral homes don't like to cremate. They don't like to take the jersey because the cremation is all in the package. You understand what I'm saying? So
no, make that plain for me.
Okay, like at the funeral home, right? Whoever's doing your service, and if you pick the cremation, it's all in your life insurance package. So they already paid. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? And I have a life, so it only costs me $150, but I charge the family $750, $800 to cremate their loved one, and I sell you urn to put your loved one in. Well, so off each cremation, I make here $1,200 profit, and sometimes I might have 5 to 6 cremation to do in a week. I mean, once I do parole for 90 days, once parole get off my back, I leave, and my mother, God bless her soul, she'll be pissed off, but who gives a fuck? Know what I mean? I grew up in a funeral home all my life. You know, I grew up in a funeral home. The same funeral home I grew up in is the same funeral home I buried my mother and father in. And ever since a kid,
God rest their soul.
Thank you. Ever since a kid, I knew we was gonna have them here. You know what I'm saying? They pictures is in here. So, you know, I talked to my brother. I talked to my brother once. But see, my brother do life insurance. I do headstones, and my sister run a funeral home. And
that's a lucrative business.
If
I mean, some nigga die every day.
But see, people say that, but it's all in your reputation.
Absolutely.
And it's all in your respect level. Because funeral homes do word of mouth. So if the people who run the funeral home don't have good behavior conduct, no one's going to tell a peoples if they pass, hey, won't you Jefferson funeral home, or hey, won't you go down to DeKalb funeral home? If you have a nasty disposition when you're dealing with these loved ones, no one's going to speak a word about your place.
Shit, man, I'm from Detroit, man. Motherfuckers don't be having money to bury. Sometimes motherfuckers don't be having money to bury their folk. Like, I got life insurance too on myself that makes sure if when I check out this bitch, my kids hit the lottery, wifey hit the lottery. Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
I push that bitch up every year.
That's
A little bit more. A little bit every year I live, I push it up a little bit more. You feel me?
Black African American culture is just starting to learn about life insurance. What they don't know is that's how all the rich white people is rich now, or for life insurance policy.
Absolutely. And I told wifey to burn me. I'm
See,
going to hell anyway. Put me in the fire, give me an urn, you know what I'm saying? All that extra shit. Like I said, I got a list of motherfuckers. If he cry, give him this cap and put him the fuck out, because that nigga didn't give a fuck about me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him. You know what's gonna happen when I check out this bitch.
so
You feel me?
the African American community was never taught about life insurance because they never. Man, don't talk about that. This is why 80% of African American house, when someone passes away, they got to do a GoFundMe page, or they all run around trying to make money because they don't know the logic of life insurance.
Yeah.
The African American community is being educated on it, but 10, 15 years ago, you tell somebody about a life insurance policy, if they black, they be like looking at you like, what, you trying to kill? You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Little do you know, you can take a policy out on anybody and just keep paying it.
Mm-hmm.
I can take a policy out on you and pay it every year, keep it paid up. And then if something happens to you, I can take this, say, hey, that's my, I had a policy. I'm gonna give his kids this. I'm gonna pay this, and I'm gonna take it.
Slow down, my nigga. I got you on tape just in case you try that shit. Y'all all heard him say, no, I'm just bullshitting, man. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, though. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of motherfuckers not smart enough to think like that. It's absolutely what you said. Or a motherfucker trying to kill me, or a nigga ain't even smart enough to think about death. And that shit is one thing that's a constant in life is death. You gonna die, nigga. You gonna leave this motherfucker one way or the next, nigga. So why you leaving debt on your family or whatever? GoFundMe or what? Nah. Like I said, I told wifey, shit, send me to the fire, put me in an urn, and do what you do with me. Shit, spread me or keep me, however you do it. But I'm out of here.
They think they mother or whoever is in their caretaker or selling or they sneakers or probably bullshit them in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got guys starting to get hit to it now, which is a good thing. You feel me? But years ago, I grew up every morning before I went to school. You know where I was at every morning as a kid?
Where's that?
In a funeral home. My mother had me in a funeral home at 5 o'clock in the morning. Me and my little brother.
You don't think that shit desensitized you? I gotta ask you again. You don't think you were desensitized to death at an early age?
Of course. I look. I love my mom. I love my mom to death. You hear?
Mm-hmm.
And I have no connection to her. After, like there's no there's none of that. There's no sadness. It's just that she's dead.
Absolutely.
So I don't when I hear that about the dying, late. That's messed up. I don't have capacity. I don't have capacity for my own.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to put it on anyone, and definitely not your parents. But I'm saying though, you say you was in a funeral home from the age of 11 or 12 years old, and you seeing death on a constant basis, and then what you went through later on in life, and the way you played the game at such a heavy level like that, that all plays a part. If you ask me, you feel me?
It makes you. I used to my mother owned a brownstone, right? And that's in Brooklyn. And her bedroom was very, very big, right? And she had a wooden canopy bed, right? And our room was next to hers, which is the backyard room, right? And I used to go, and my mother had these wooden doors that you had to open up like this to get on her bedroom, right? And she had this big wooden canopy bed with the curtains closed, right? And I used to go and look at people on her back, right? And I used to say in my mind, I'm gonna have to put you in a coffin like that. one day.
Break that down.
Like my mom would be asleep, and I in the room see if she's dead or alive. I don't know if she stopped asleep, but I'm in her room, and I look at her. She'd be on her back, knocked out, and I said to myself, I will always say to myself, one day she's in a casket like that. And I did my own. I dressed her. I put her pearls on, like but I don't have no. How can I explain it? I don't have no connection. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? I have no feelings that day.
Absolutely.
I
can understand that. I can wholeheartedly understand. Everybody don't have the same connection that everybody else have with. You know what I mean?
Growing up in the furnival business, it kind of do something to you, as I think now. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It I became. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be real with you, right? I ain't gonna keep it real. Like I always do, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Growing up in the furnival business, it made me it made me, how can I say it? It made me obsessed with
Say that again. You kind of broke up a little bit. You said it made you an accessory?
No, it made me obsessed. Like it made me I'm looking for the right word. It made me I can't find that word. Like I became in love with people in a casket and not able to move.
Man, I don't know how to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. That's what
I don't know how to take. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. You say you became obsessed with seeing people in a casket.
Mm-hmm. Cause like, what's the thing when you like not? What's the word when you like? I was mesmerized by that. Like seeing them just dressed up and not able to move. Like they just there. Like.
Okay, I'm gonna take you here then. Let's put it in terms like this. I was desensitized to guns and violence because it was life or death situations for me. Oftentimes, it would be niggas trying to kill me. See, the game was elevated for me very early, 11, 12, 13, niggas trying to kill me as opposed to jump me or whoop my ass or this and that and the other, you feel me? So that kind of desensitized me to violence, guns, and everything else. It made me up my levels in order to be here to talk to you today. I said that to say this. You, the way you came up, what you just described to me explains why you would bust your gun so easily. Now, I don't know if you see it like that. You're obsessed. You just said you're obsessed with seeing motherfuckers in a casket. You grew up in a funeral home. You took motherfuckers to and from being cremated. So death is nothing to you at a certain point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you conquer that type of weight on your conscience?
I don't have a conscience. I want a conscience. I want one, but it seems like I can't get it.
You don't feel nothing when you pull the trigger.
No. I want to feel
Me
something.
neither, especially when it's an op. But okay, let's just say it's an innocent in the way somewhere. Let's just hypothetically speaking, let's just say it's a situation after we get off the live where a motherfucker say, I just saw you was on some bullshit, nigga, and you got to whip out on them, they whip out on you, and the innocent get hit. You don't feel nothing about that.
Now, being at the age I am now, I will definitely feel some way about the innocent. But if you take me back to when I was 16, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Absolutely. I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now me being me being older, almost a half 100, I wouldn't want to see no innocent person be struck by anything that wasn't meant for them. But when I was 16 years old, I didn't give a fuck if you was innocent or who you was. I wouldn't give a fuck about the dog.
Hey, my OGs taught me grandma the goldfish. You feel me? Shit, when it all came down to the come down back in the day, it was everything moving. From grandma to goldfish gotta go. Like you say, you feel me? Down to the dog.
Right. But I definitely say, yo, growing up in that lifestyle of a frontal business, it really plays a part on how a person is structured for life. And I don't know if my mother did that on purpose, because I was in public school. From first grade, my mother had me up and out the house at 4:45, and we was at her funeral home eating breakfast, granola cereal in the funeral home to 6 o'clock. Then she'd take me to school and make me stay outside for an hour till the school opened up to 7.
You got some resentment toward her for that, you think?
No. She's a beautiful mom. Great. She was great. Look, she was great. I love my mom.
I mean, oftentimes they have to do that shit out of necessity. Like, I remember my mama did hair when I was younger. She later became a teacher, but I remember having to go and sit at her motherfucking hair school before she became a beautician. When she was learning that shit, I had to go and play in they little play pen. And I got one of my lifelong friends from that. You feel me? We got a new since I was 3 years old, came out there. So you did what you just described is kind of the same situation.
Yeah, your sound. I hear you though.
My sound fucked up?
Little bit.
My bad, man. I've been trying to fix this shit the whole broadcast, man.
Yeah, it's kind of good now. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
Like my mother was a bare minimum mom, like very structured. She was raised by my great grandmother is the daughter of a slave master.
Okay.
You
the
understand?
Daughter of a slave master.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna break it down to you, right? You listening?
I'm listening.
My grandmother Albie, right? Her father is a slave master from Alabama. Albie had Maggie. Maggie wanted to have her kids by the blackest man that she could have them by, because she came from Albie, who came from the slave master. So Maggie had 4 kids by the darkest man she could have had kids by. And that's how my grandmother became my mother, which is Shirley. And then Shirley had Sheila, my mother Sheila. So Albie took Sheila from Shirley because Shirley was too young when she had my mother. So my mother was raised by the slave master daughter. And then she was returned back to her mother at 14 years old. So she was already structured different, being that she was raised by the slave master daughter.
Understood.
So
how did that play in your DNA?
Fucked up, man. I'm fucked up.
Shit, man. I don't think you fucked up.
I mean, I don't. Not in that kind of sense, but like being that I carry that blood. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not that far down the line. Look. Albie, Maggie, Shirley, Sheila. Albie takes Sheila from her granddaughter Shirley and raised Sheila. Albie is a slave master daughter.
Absolutely.
So that's my third grandmother who was a slave master daughter.
So I don't know. I mean, you were the fair shade of skin or whatnot. Was it a color game in your family or whatnot?
No, my father is Japanese and Dominican.
Japanese and Dominican.
My father.
No, that explains a lot. Absolutely.
Right. He's yeah, Japanese and Dominican.
And your mother is black?
My mother is black and white.
Oh, so she get right. You said she's the slave? Right.
No. Remember, her great grandmother is a slave master daughter.
Right. Her great grandmother is the slave master's daughter. So that's a white woman. Right. Or a mixed woman, basically, you know, a child, maybe possibly a child of rape or whatnot. Because back in the slave days, they used to rape our women or whatnot.
Right. See, she was raped. My Albie mother, who I don't know, was an Indian woman who was raped by the slave master, had 4 kids by him, and then they escaped from Alabama and made it to Queens, New York.
Man, salute to the bloodline, man. You know, sometimes when you take a trip back to those days, it's amazing what they had to go through in order for us to be here doing this today, to get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
And the story
straight up, that's why I don't think you fucked up. You talking about you fucked up? Nah, nigga, that ain't nah. When I not the man I talked to on the phone, shit, that nigga is calculated, he clever, he know what the fuck he is going on out here. You ain't fucked up. No. You might got some issues as everybody does. But ain't nobody fucked up.
Right. I reframe that word. I say issues, man. You know, that's a hell of a mix, man. You hear me? And then just to know that my great grandmother is the daughter of a slave master, man. That's
yeah, that's deep. Not to switch lanes off that like that, but I need to get to a couple more points because we get into a few
down too.
Hours in.
We'll get back tomorrow. We'll do it. You know, we locked in, man.
Okay, well that's what's up then. Well, take me where you want to go.
Get one more now. Come on, we got it. We can get it in real quick.
I want to know, like I asked you earlier, when you came home, what was your mind state in order to basically become the man that after the second stretch, of course, because like you said, you got locked up on violations or whatnot.
Right.
And then too, yeah, we locked in. We're gonna talk about that another time. I ain't gonna even get to that. But what gave you the mind state to create an empire?
Well, the whole the as for like the music terms of things, when I came home, we was already running with the whole Billy Badass record thing, like yo, Billy Badass, we the new Death Row, Follow Protocol Blood, we the Mob. We was already running with that. It was just so happened we was able to get an artist and apply that to him. It shot through the roof. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that was down the line in regards of the situation. But when I came home, you know, I always knew how to get the money, but I had to be more smarter because I'm not trying to, you know, be back in this situation when I don't have to be. So I used the money I made from the cremation service to put it into other things. And I created my glass house tombstone that I designed that cover people's headstones. That's my personal business. I do.
Nah, I mean, they say, like I asked you earlier, they say the funeral business is pretty lucrative. Now, I take it that your family has a pretty good reputation, being that y'all been in the business so long. Does that rub off on you in the tombstone business as well?
I make a covering. It's called Glass House Tombstone Protectors, and I cover your headstone where you can leave things behind without it being damaged by the weather, animals, or anything. It'll be protected. Whether you want to leave a hat, a sneaker, a card, I don't know, anything. You know, we cover the headstone.
So what you're saying is, if I contracted you to do my headstone while I'm living, of course, I could send you, say, whatever I wanted to keep in decent condition on my headstone or whatnot, and you would encase it and develop the headstone for me as for when I pass away.
I don't do the headstone. I make the casing that goes over your headstone.
Word. Okay. That's what's up. See, I never even knew that business existed. You know what I'm saying? And like you said in the thing, you got. That's one thing we need to get to before we leave this segment is the three. What you said, you had 3 lanes for the youth.
Shout out to I created that when I was in the penitentiary as well. 3 straight lanes: go straight, stay straight, keep straight. It's a non-profitable organization for at-risk youth and young adults, and we basically showing them, listen, you got 3 lanes, man. You got 3 lanes in this shit. You got the straight lane of success. You got the lane to the penitentiary, and you got the lane to the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong turn, and that could be your ass. You might not be as lucky as me or blessed as me to survive a neck and head shot or a life sentence. So I tell the kids and whoever I could come across is the best way to go is straight, man. That's why it's go straight, stay straight, keep straight, man. You know, and I hear some people might hear me talk, but I say sometimes I have to say some extraordinary things so people could listen. You know, our culture, we don't want to listen unless it's extraordinary and it's out of line. Then we'll listen. So I've said some things in last videos that might offend some people, especially my African American brothers. But if I didn't say it, they wouldn't listen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So some things have to be said in certain ways to get the attention of the ignorant.
I absolutely understand it, especially dealing in the media the way I do. You ain't you preaching to the choir, homie. You feel me? I go through the same shit.
So some things I said on live with other people's, and I can't be, for one, I'm not a racist. My mother's black. But I have to understand this. Dealing with my culture, if you ain't saying something that's outrageous, they don't want to hear you, man.
I'm not even gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say if you're not garnering attention, and often nowadays, you know, they used to say the loudest voice in the room is the weakest voice in the room, but nowadays the loudest voice in the room is the most popular. Thus, we got Charleston White on the internet running shit. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere on the internet because he's the loudest voice in the, and he say the most bullshit out here. I used to fuck with that boy, but I don't fuck with him no more. You know what I'm saying? When he first came out, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, as I do anyone. But he just started to say some of the wildest shit. And the last, you know how I feel about men inviting other men to their genital section.
Oh yeah.
This nigga talking about he flashed his dick on his lives and this and that and the other, and niggas still come back. That made him seem like some type of metrosexual or fanny pack ass nigga to me, and I don't respect that. So I can't fuck with him for real. You know what I'm saying?
It's something. It's something ain't right. You know, it's some kind of screw missing somewhere. You feel me?
Absolutely.
You know, like that.
And I didn't even mean to go there. I'm sorry to take it there, homie. But like I say, some shit just resonates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, sometimes, man, you know, you got to get a message across, man. And my thing is, like I said, you know, I made a pact, right? Because, you know, I wasn't supposed to survive this assassination. I got hit in my fetch nerve, the 3rd vertebrae. When you get shot there, you're supposed to die immediately. Your 3rd vertebrae and your fetch nerve is what controls everything on your body, from your pinky toe to what you think. Your fetch nerve, not your brain, not your heart. When that fetch nerve or that 3rd vertebrae get hit, you die immediately. That's it. That's why everybody who gets shot almost in the neck, they die immediately. Then versus the head or the chest. So understand that I was able to get up from these shots. You hear me? If you understand, if You know, I was able to get up. Niggas left me for dead, face down. I was able to get up and walk 3 long blocks and then get handcuffed. Get handcuffed with IVs and a neck brace on and a head wrap. And then go to jail a few hours later. So me saying this is to say I made a pact and I have to fulfill my pact. And my thing is like these kids, like I told you, these kids don't know they look until they in a cold cell, and I take that mirror and slide it over to their cell. And the look I see on that kid in that cell ain't the same look in the pictures he sent over to me, to my cell. You understand me?
I understand completely.
He ain't that kid that's in the picture with his homies standing next to the Benz or the Lexus. He ain't that kid no more. That's a different kid in that cell right now. So I want to show them, let me show you how you look before you go in there, shorty. Let me save you now before you get 29 and you be saying, damn, 15 years passed, the world didn't change. I lost everybody. Because what they don't tell these niggas in the street is this. This is what they don't tell the youth. Everybody gonna die in your family if you got 10 years and more. Everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
You dig what
I
I'm
was
saying?
tripping. I heard a young nigga tell me, or not tell me, but he told another nigga that he'd do 10 years and come home still in his prime. Like, nigga, first of all, you don't have to come home at all from a 10-year sentence. And when you come home, home could not be a home at all, nigga. Like you said, you could lose mom, pops, bro, whoever, whatever support system you had could be all fucked up by the time you make it out the joint.
Right. This the dumb shit that the older guys put in these young kids' heads when they say, shorty, you 15, you go put it in, you be home when you 25. But what they don't tell them is this, shorty, you 15, you go get 10. A nigga might kill you soon your cell door open.
Absolutely.
Shorty,
absolutely.
You 15, you go do 10. You might kill something and get another 20 added on to that 10. So now you coming home when you 55. They don't tell them that.
Absolutely.
They don't tell them that. They just go tell them, man, you young shorty, you could do a dime. You gonna be home in no time. How you know that? Because I know motherfuckers who had 3 years and they ain't make it home. I seen the police come to their cell and put that chain on their cell. You know what that means? That means he's in the hospital on a machine and they waiting to contact his family to say, hey, listen, our policy don't cover this motherfucker to be on here for 4-5 days. What you want to do with this body, man? Because we taking him off this machine. You know, I done seen dudes' cells get locked up because they was in programs somewhere and another guy lost a bet and bust a nigga in the head with a steel plate and you in program. You're dead. COs come to your cell, lock your cell up for a few days, come pack your property up. Whoever your next of kin, come pick it up, come pick this body up, and it's over. He had 50 years. It's over. He ain't got to do no time now.
Man, that shit, shout out to my guy, Shaefer Rd, man. He was a Moor. Shaefer Rd, he was a live buyer, man, and he lost his mother, which was basically the only person he fucking cared about when I was doing my time in the penitentiary. And I remember him going to the box like 2 hours after he learned his mother passed away because the fucking COs, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, Snow. The COs didn't disrespect him. It was just, you know, he lost everything at the moment in the penitentiary when he found out his mother passed. So he wasn't willing to take orders no more. You know, in the joint, it's count time. Nigga, on your bunk. Whatever the fuck ever the COs say. And when you don't play and they hit that button, they gonna come. And I watched him fuck like 3 or 4 of them up just to get that frustration off of him for being in the penitentiary when his mother passed. You know what I'm saying? So like shit, all that shit plays on men in different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, man, listen, man. Let's we gonna do a part 3, man. Let's shut this shit out. I gotta go handle something, man. It was a pleasure though, bro. And let's get back on. I'm gonna hit you up and we get back on in the few. You hear me?
Absolutely. I appreciate you popping out, man. Respect to you. And like I said, I appreciate you coming out and fucking with me, Snow.
You already know, man. Let's tap back and I'm gonna hit your line, all right? Yo, shout to audience out, man. SB, man. 3 straight lanes. Go straight. Stay straight. Shoot straight. You heard me?
I ain't say it again. Say it again for me.
I said 3 straight lanes. Go straight, stay straight, keep straight, man.
Absolutely. Go straight, stay straight, and keep straight. 3 straight lanes, man. Respect that.
Yo, let's tap back in later on, all right?
Yes, sir. 100.
Thank you, man. Shout everybody out on the platform, man.
They'll tell you I ain't never been a bitch, nigga. I'm pop niggas, bitch, I'm really with the shits, nigga. I hit niggas double barrel to his abs when that Mossberg hit him. Watch a nigga do a dab. These pussy niggas wanna see me dead. Since about 09, I done had a ticket on my head. I kill shooters till that nigga get his bread back. ATM the gang, now I send that nigga head back. Whoever said that love begets love was wrong. I'm from a city where blood begets blood. It's love hit niggas mug. That ain't bugs and cups. That's choppers for that loose talk. I'm coming plug you up. Pussy, push me.